What's going on, y'all?
What's going on, y'all? So we back again finally for another episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 6, episode 8, Selec-Tiff Memory. Okay, baby, first of all, I cannot believe that we set 8 episodes in. It really feel like this season literally just started, maybe because nothing has actually happened this season so far. But I was a little bit late or whatever, a few days late because when it came on Saturday I wasn't home, and then Sunday I needed to get my rest. So, I'm catching up, and finally y'all about to get this video. Hopefully it's not too long because the episode really wasn't much, and I just really wanted to watch this episode because of the Tiffany situation, and maybe Tiffany is the one that's coming in and bringing the shit right about now, because that's the conversation and the topic of discussion. Baby, the people don't with Tiffany no more. The people do not mess with Tiffany no more. Tiffany getting it from here, from there, everywhere, and it is much deserved. I don't care what nobody say. I'm so tired of hearing, well, maybe this, she pregnant, you don't want to do this. No. And that whole little situation that happened with Martell and her at the end, baby, let me just tell you this. You went up there and you talked to his woman or whatever, his plaything, so therefore he can come and talk to you. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. You can dismiss me with all of that whole, well, you should have went to her husband first and all that. Girl, dismiss me with that. I don't want to see them comments, because Tiffany, you should have closed your mouth and you wouldn't have been in the situation that you in. And now you can create contention and dysfunction against people that's trying to become cool with you. You messing up the relationship between you and your man and Martell. They supposed to be friends. Now you messing up their friendship. Okay, because you can't keep your mouth closed and stop being so freaking nosy. But let's just get up into the video, into the episode. So we start off, Mel is out there, doing a little course, showing people these two guys or whatever with this guy that she invests with. Some real estate stuff. Now, honestly, real estate and shit like that is really kind of interesting, because I'm listening to what she's talking about, and I really wasn't paying attention, but I was paying attention a little bit, talking about the damage that you can do, the damage that probably can either be deducted or could probably add on to it and all this stuff, and then the stuff that people leave back. Baby, it takes a real strong person to get up into real estate. I have to say that. The ones that actually go up inside the house and try to look at the stuff, and then these apartment managers, these building managers, these home managers, and all this stuff. Because baby, I cannot stomach coming up into somebody's house after you done left, or I had to kick you out and the house is in a disarray, and then I have to go up in there and get a crew or whatever to come in there and clean that mess up. Baby, do you know my man to be frazzled, and I'd be so goddamn pissed. I'd be wanting to take out all type of vengeance against you for doing that, So I just know certain things just ain't for me to do. Meanwhile, while she going through this little course, it was cute to see her in her element. It was cute to see Mel in her element, and then Kimmy popping up, and they having a little discussion. Kimmy just trying to get back out there. Kimmy's feeling better. She want to participate in things more. Just making sure everything is all to the good. But out of that whole conversation, what I got was, Kimmy was asking, is everything okay with Stormy and her? After the last time that they met and they all was together at the tea party, the whole situation that happened, with her mom coming there, and she was like, did you even know that her mama was coming? She said, listen, girl, I ain't really had no interaction with her mama. I did not know that lady was coming. I did not know that lady had an issue. And I said, nobody knew, but at the end of the day, you cannot convince me that Stormy did not know the reason why her mama was there. She cannot convince me and say that she did not know her mama was going to ask her those questions, because later on in the episode when she was talking to Tiffany, she said, well, at least my mama got out what she needed to say or ask. At least one of us got out what we needed to say or ask. You knew what you was doing, and you cannot convince me any different. And so, you got that situation. And then she said, I think like the situation between Tiffany and Kiki, I thought that's not on the men's. And Mel was a little confused because she said the last time that they met up at our house and they had Nell there, whatever, and they had a little discussion and everything was gonna be cool. That and of course Kimmy had to tell her, listen, but at that upscale magazine situation, girl, that stuff did not go down the way that we thought it was gonna go down. They was up there getting it in a little bit. Kiki was about to wring Tiffany neck. And it would have been deserved. But, of course, she pregnant, so you can't put your hands on a pregnant woman. Which you shouldn't. But a pregnant bitch shouldn't be out here starting mess as well, okay? But see, here's the thing. This whole situation with Kiki and Tiffany, it's just a mess. And the problem is, Tiffany has a way of doing things and trying to act like she really didn't do nothing, or she don't understand how come people feel a certain type of way about things, and it irks me when she does that, because I understand there's a difference between being blunt, there's a difference between being nosy, and there's a difference between, owning the stuff that you're saying or accidentally saying some stuff. Tiffany will put stuff out there and probably be like, I'm blunt with it, or if I want to know something, I'm going to ask the question. There's a time, there's a place, and there's a way to do that so that it doesn't look like you're either being nosy, you're attacking, or you're just being messy as hell. You know what I'm saying? And Tiffany don't understand those boundaries. She's crossed boundaries and don't care. Then you got Kimmy talking about the whole situation between her, Maurice, and Maurice Jr., and that whole, the parenting, the co-parenting stuff, and the disciplining and all of that. Listen, at this point, Kimmy, it's not gonna change until MJ Jr. get up out of the house, okay? Because there was a scene later in the episode where we find out that what's his name? Maurice got Junior going through boot camp. Now, I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, so you really signed him up for a program and put him up in boot camp or whatever? But then I seen him come into the house, so I'm thinking like, what type of boot camp? Baby, what I'm gathering is it's a boot camp that Maurice put together himself. So he basically putting him on a schedule, okay? He got the boy waking up at 5 o'clock and all of this stuff. Let me just say this. I wouldn't be able to put up with Maurice. I'm so sorry. Kimmy, you're doing the Lord's work, okay? Because it just wouldn't happen for me, And after looking at that scene and, once again, Kimmy is always speaking on the fact that Maurice don't listen to her. Maurice don't listen to her and listen to the issues that she's having with him and having with this parenting situation, this co-parenting situation, because she is the stepmom. Okay, she's not his mother. She's his stepmom. But when you're in my house, respect my house. And if I'm telling you to do chores, do the chores. Okay. And even his mother said, yes, she's okay with her doing and saying that to him. But yet you got Maurice that is so much more focused about his little minimal issues that he's trying to make such a big thing with Maurice Jr. than what Kimmy issues are. And Kimmy issues aren't even that big, okay? Kimmy just want the boy to do the chores. Kimmy just want the boy to listen to him, listen to her, whatever. If she say do something, do it. That's it. And even he said, yes, I should be listening to you. I do hear you. It's just that I should do these things, but I just get distracted, okay? He is acting as a typical teenager. And again, it bothers me when Maurice is up here acting as if, because according to Maurice, he got him in boot camp because he's not doing the things that he set out and he's not meeting the expectations that he put on his child. Maybe you need to decrease the expectations a little bit, because that's probably why he's trying to rebel against you. That's probably what it is. And again, I say this. Maurice grew up a certain way and Maurice Jr. is growing up a totally different, the complete opposite. And so therefore, he's trying to make a perfect child. He's trying to make a perfect teenager because he got all of this access now, right? And that is just not how it goes. I understand not wanting your child to be spoiled. I understand you want your child to be able to make it in life and give them life lessons, but Maurice is going about it wrong. You're doing too much and the boy is only 14, 15 years old. Okay, yes, let's make some goals. I do agree with that, of what we want to do. We want to aim to continue to get our grades up. We want to aim to have a high GPA. We want to get into a good school, but we also have to respect the household. Okay, and you also have to enforce that as well. You talking about Kimmy discipline? How about you? How about you start by respecting your wife and what she wants done? Okay, she's not asking much. She just wants the boy to do some chores and for you to enforce that shit. You know, and truth be told, and I seen this tweet on Twitter, somebody said that Maurice's issue is he really don't want Kimmy disciplining his son. And that's how it was. And when I sit back and I think about it and I look at it, that is exactly how Maurice is acting. Because this is the same issue that Maurice and Kimmy has been having over Maurice Jr. since season 1. And this is season 6, and we still ain't got that together. Wow, you still ain't listening to your woman. I just can't. I just can't. The Scott's brothers are really the same. God damn, my voice is... Anyway, girl, I've been talking for a minute. I just got through doing a Real Housewives video, cussing Marlo ass out. Now I'm on here, and I've been trying to rest my voice, and girl, it's just not working. I really messed my stuff up. Woo! Moving on from that, we get this whole situation with Tisha and Kiki. They in the car, they going back to their alma mater, their old school, their university. And this is, I will say, I did like this scene. I liked it because Keisha and Kiki, they're actually acting like a family in a sense. They acting like cousins, okay? Let me tell you something. There's been so many times me and my cousins had fell out when we was younger. At this particular moment, we don't really talk like that. I only really talk to one of them, but we don't really talk like that because I can't relate to them, and you damn sure can't relate to me. So I just feel like, it's not that I feel like I'm better. It's just that we're on different wavelengths. That's just what it is, and there's no communication. I mean, if you was to hit me up or whatever, we'll talk, but to be close, we're not close like we were when we were kids, okay? And so that's just how it is. Sometimes it goes through a cycle or whatever. And so it was nice to actually see Kiki and Tisha actually being cool. They riding in the car together, they talking, and they coming together on one accord. They're not going at each other. Baby, they on the same page. It's fuck Tiffany up in this bitch, okay? That's what it is. And I said, bitch, who would have thought? I just bit the fuck out of my lip. Who would have thought that would have brought them together? Who would have thought? They talked about the whole event at the upscale situation. Kiki was like, why you bring up the text message? She was like, listen, girl, because Kiki said she was going to bring it up, okay? But she saw what stuff was going on with Stormy or whatever, and, you know, them having the whole thing coming up, so that's why she went on ahead, because she was trying to defend Kiki. And I said, all right, look at you having your cousin back, your cousin having your back and all that stuff. Baby, girl, at one point, Tisha said, listen, now, since you up here talking about the girl was saying some stuff, we go to the thing, and I found out from Kimmy and Stormy, you know, that they talk about that Tiffany was up there talking about me and how my role is in the office, in our business and stuff like that. Like, ma'am, this is the second time you done spoke on me and my marriage and how, you know, my man probably do I know where my man at all the time? Like, girl, no one know where their spouses are all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I said, that is true, but Tisha, you know exactly why people keep saying the same shit about you. You might as well just suck it up. But at the same time, Tiffany, don't act like I get what she's saying with Tiffany. Tiffany act like you cool with you. She'll act like she cool with you, but then she'll be talking mess about you behind your back. She'll be, you know, doing the little shady stuff behind your back, the little talking, all that stuff, because you upset at Kiki because of the way that you saw or you perceive Kiki to be treating Tisha and Tisha crying, but yet you behind Tisha back talking about her marriage. Granted, we all talking about that shit, okay? So, you know, but at the same time, you her friend, bitch. She don't know us. It's a difference, girl. You supposed to be her friend or trying to be her friend, girl. We don't know her. So we gonna talk the stuff because we gonna tell it to her straight. But baby, if you gonna be her friend and you gonna talk the stuff, talk that stuff to her face and tell it to her. Don't let her hear from somebody else off the street or another person in the friend group because you up there gossiping about it to them. Tell that to her face. That is the difference, okay? But Tisha said the girl better shut the hell up and she better be glad that she pregnant, because if you don't know, the peoples out here in Huntsville is talking about how she messing around and cheating on her man with somebody else. I said, excuse me? I said, Tisha, what? Is you pulling that out the hat? But then again, she a cheater too, so therefore she probably did. Okay, you pulling a Martell, bitch. Girl, we'll get on that in a second. But since we talking about that, girl, Kiki said, what? I said, bitch, y'all are messy. Okay, that reminded me of how me and my cousins and my sister be, baby, when we have, girl, one thing about it, we'll cuss each other out and we'll talk shit about each other's stuff, but what you won't do is you ain't gonna do it, okay? Because this a family situation, you know what I'm saying? We can do that, but bitch, what you not gonna do, Miss Outsider, Mr. Outsider, you ain't finna talk about it, okay? And I think that we gonna gang up, but we gonna gang up, okay? That's what it is. I liked it that moment. I said, all right, and maybe because I liked it because it was against Tiffany. I feel like that's probably really what it is, you know, but if you can't tell already, I don't like that lady. I don't like that lady. And I tried, y'all, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. But moving on from that, Tiffany wanted to meet up with Stormy because she feels some type of way. She was like, I'm just trying to understand why Stormy, you know, she'll bring that situation up. I said, also, you feel like Stormy being messy? Stormy, bitch, you was being messy as shit. Okay, let's just be clear about that. Girl, you was being messy as shit. Stormy sat down there and Tiffany asked, so why would you bring that up? She said, yeah, I brought it up because y'all probably need to argue that shit out, and because y'all ain't really fixed that shit. You talking about y'all went to Miss Nail thing or whatever, and y'all met up with Mel and Miss Nail and all that stuff, and y'all talk. Baby, y'all ain't really put that shit out there on the table. Y'all got real beef. Fuck that tea party shit, okay? Girl, it's real beef out here in this street, and y'all actually probably need to just cuss each other out real one good time, and that'd be good. On the one hand, I said, bitch, it ain't your issue to be putting this out here. It's to be trying to do some stuff like that. But on the other hand, I do feel that way too. She talking about some, you know, and once y'all get that done, the way that y'all going at it, y'all probably be really good friends. Now, bitch, you going a little bit too far. You're going a little bit too far, okay? Because you and Destiny went through the same thing, and y'all ain't friends now, okay? So get that out the way. Let's cut that. Now, sometimes you probably do just need to cuss a bitch out to get that shit out your system because it's building. You know, quit trying to put a little cap on it, okay, until it explodes, putting a little Band-Aid on it without no ointment, without no antiseptic, without no alcohol. Well, we ain't trying to burn your bitch. We just trying to keep it clean and let it heal up, okay? You got to clean that bitch out. And sometimes you got to put all the issues out there and go at it sometimes. I get where that notion is coming from. But you put it out there and you was starting some shit, Stormy, okay? I need you to clean up your backyard before you start trying to clean up and meddle in other people's shit, okay? Because that whole situation between you and Mel and your mama, and then you up here talking about some, you know, you glad that your mama was able to get whatever she had out, and obviously it's something that's going on between me and her, cause, you know, and at least I know that I'm not crazy, because even Nell had brought it up, and Nell don't know nothing what's going on between me and Melody. I ain't saying nothing to nobody besides Melody, okay? And we know Melody ain't telling nobody shit, so there's that. And I'm sitting here like, well, bitch, if you feel like something is going on between you or not going on between y'all, and you feel a little distant, I'm not finna harp on that. And I'm not finna be struggling and worrying and stressing and being like, girl, why you not talking to me? Fuck that. If you ain't talking to me, you ain't talking to me. That bitch ain't the only friend that you get. Obviously, y'all ain't friends, okay? And just let it the fuck go. Trying to act like you ain't bothered. You are 100% bothered. Because the lady hasn't spoken to you in a minute. And baby, after that tea party, I wouldn't expect Mel to speak to you either, okay? After your mama came up in there and told that lady to shut up. I cannot believe that this Betty messy ass said, no, I'm gonna tell you something and you shut up, okay? Hold on. You are not finna come into my home and my party and tell me to shut up at my table. That is not what you gonna do. I would have said, get the fuck out, bitch, because I don't even know you, and you can get your ass out and take your daughter with you, okay? Baby, Stormy, I've been trying to be on your side sometime, but your mama was totally out of line, all right? I just don't understand how we as adults I know it's a show and y'all can say, oh, you know, it's for entertainment, but people be taking this stuff to heart. And if we want to get reality, reality is a lot of us, the ones, including the ones that's watching, we don't give a damn if a person say that they ain't, girl, if somebody ignoring us, we get the hint right then and there. We get the hint right then. We ain't finna harp on it. We ain't finna stress about it because we got what? Lives of our own, and you don't make my world go round, okay? You don't want to talk? That's cool with me. That's cool with me, especially when we in the beginning stages or we somewhat trying to become cool with each other. Baby, that's just showing me that, you know, this ain't gonna work out. Now, if we really good friends and we've been friends for years, that's a different story. But Stormy, girl, let that shit go. Let that shit go. Moving on from that, you know, Tiffany was like, yeah, Mel gonna be at my baby shower, so y'all can meet up and talk or whatever. I'll be there, but you know, it is what it is. And then she started talking about Sheree and the upscale event and how she had a conversation with her. And she was a little bit different than what she thought that she was going to be. You know, she was quiet or whatever. Let me tell you something. Sometimes as Capricorns, we keep to ourselves. And Sheree probably was quiet because she was observing the scene and also because, you know, Martell just left her ass right there. And now that I realized that Martell is a Capricorn too, bitch, Martell's birthday is 2 days before mine. It makes sense. It makes sense, okay? Because you got two different sides of a Capricorn. Capricorns is about their business. So when we actually get down to it, we about our business, bitch. Okay, that's once we get into it, we get into it. Now, see, the part about Martell, I guess you can say, you know, the whole situation with him going back multiple times to try to get his builder's license, even though he keep failing, that's a Capricorn trait because we're going to keep on going. When we eventually put our mind to it, we'll get that shit done, okay? That's probably what it is too. And then once the event was about him, so therefore he had to work the room. This is a business thing, bitch, and I'm not gonna make myself look bad, okay? That's also another trait. But also another trait of the Capricorn is, bitch, we'll sit back and we observe. We quiet sometimes and we observe. And we may not look like we engaging, but baby, we are looking and peeping the scene. And that's what Sheree was doing. And that's how Tiffany was able to get her hands on her. And I just was not here for it. Bitch, you got me on here taking up for Martell and goddamn Sheree, bitch. God damn it. And I'm so mad about that. I am so mad about that, okay? But right is right, wrong is wrong, okay? Then we get this whole situation. No, and she admits, she was like, bitch, I was nosy. I want to know. I wanted to know the questions. Granted, somebody gonna say, I mean, Tiffany was wrong, but Tiffany was asking the questions that we wanted to know. Baby, I didn't want to know none of that. I didn't want to know. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't care to know none of them questions. Because listen, at the end of the day, because if you've been watching Sheree on Real Housewives of Atlanta, we already know Sheree don't care. She don't care if you a cheater. You probably, baby, she dated somebody that went to jail for frauding, okay, stealing money and all that stuff. She don't care. So you asking her, how does it feel to date this person? Bitch, she would date she dated Bob with the crooked eye, okay? Mama don't give a damn. So it's just like, what? That's why I was like, girl, she don't care. Anyway, because this ain't a real relationship. Meanwhile, Tiffany, you should be worried about, talk about something. I'm too pregnant to be trying to get in some mess. I said, but you the one that's starting the mess. You the one that's starting the mess. Oh my goodness, Tiffany, you are such a contradiction. And she up there at we finally see Big Lou. Big Lou, maybe because Big Lou wasn't in the picture at the time, you bored or whatever, so you just going around messing up stuff. I mean, good for TV. Good for TV because you giving us something to talk about because ain't shit else to talk about on this episode. But they went to the doctor to check on the baby. The baby is a boy. The baby named Ace. Ace supposed to bring them together. I said, another Ace. All right. And that's it. I don't even care about nothing else that they talked about. Moving on from that, we get to the whole situation of Martell and Marceau. Cause let me see if I'm missing some stuff. Cause I feel like I sped through this or whatever. I got the TV on. I just want to make sure. Cause I gotta give y'all a little bit of something, you know, before I go in. Marceau, okay, yeah, I got it. Marceau met up with Maurice. Nope, wrong person. Martell. They over there at Black Restaurant, right? And they doing a study session like this is study hall, okay? And they joking on each other and all this stuff. It was cute, okay? And my whole thing is, Barso, why you had to be bribed to be trained by Martell to help him? Girl, if you don't go ahead and start doing some crunches on your own, because Martell, the way Martell growing, you probably, if you depending on him to lose some weight, baby, you gonna gain some. You gonna gain some because he's stressing you out, because he's stressing me out. I'm just sitting here like, baby, what is it? Is you got a little learning disability? Could it be that you could possibly have ADHD? Could you have dyslexia or whatever? What's not clicking, baby? What's not clicking, Martell? I wouldn't be able to do it. I do not like trying to help people with stuff because, girl, I just don't have the patience because I know the answer. You don't know the answer and it's taking you forever to get there. And it's like, how come you can't get this? It's simple. Martell just sitting there and I said, put your face in the book, all right? 1 + 1 = what, Martell? He said 3. No, let me stop playing with that man. But he said Tiffany's supposed to be coming down there, right? And Marcel was like, what's she coming down here for? Oh, because we talking about they having some type of event or whatever, and he wanted to get her idea on it or something. And so Marcel was like, oh, okay, cool. Tiffany does come in. And they get to talking and trying to, small talk it up before Martell goes in and just say, fuck it. Okay, bitch, I might have thought that I could just sit here and talk about business, but now that I see this bitch, let me just say what I need to say. So what's up? You was at my event and you up there talking to Sheree about how it feels to be with a cheater? Marcel said, what? You asked that? Wait a minute, what's going on? What's going on? What you talking about? What you talking about? Bitch, I'm sitting here like, so Martell, you ain't tell Marcel nothing. And if you did, Marcel, you are acting your ass off because at first I kind of believed you. I said, what? But my reaction would have been just like Marcel. You really asked her that? And she said, I didn't ask her. Okay. Here's the thing. She said, I asked her that, yes, because I wanted to know. Like, you cheated, you with her. And he was like, I'm not a cheater. I cheated. Didn't you cheat too? Have you cheated multiple times? So therefore, that means that you just what? Cheated, right? It stumped Tiffany for a minute because he made sense. Then I said, bitch, he right. But then I'm sitting here like, but then again, Martell, let me take that back a little bit. I'm going to take that back half a step because I believe you are a cheater, okay? I believe it's been more than one. Okay? So let's stop playing right there. And with Tiffany, the way that you go about, I think you a cheater too, okay? I don't think you just cheated once. I think you cheated with multiple people, but that's neither here nor there. I can't prove it, but you just give me the vibes that you ain't just cheat once, okay? Moving on from that, you got Marcel sitting there asking the questions like, why would you say that? So you really saying this stuff, whatever? It was like, I wanted to know, okay? And then when she brought up the whole situation about, she brought that situation up about Mel supposed to be a fan of Sheree, and she went over there to go see her to get the book signed with Lil Martell and all that. She told that to Stormy. Mel said, and mind you, I don't follow this person. I don't follow Mel. Somebody retweeted it on my timeline who follows her and a big fan of her. Like, she can't do no wrong in their eyes. And I'm just like, oh, okay. But I saw this tweet and it clears it up. She said, because the way that Tiffany and them was trying to make it seem, or Tiffany was trying to make it seem, was as if, or she interpreted what Sheree was saying, was as if Mel really was this big fan of Sheree, and she set out to go to this book signing that Sheree had to get a book signing from her. Okay, but Mel said basically it was like this business expo. So you have different booths and stuff and venues, and she was actually being there to speak. She was invited to speak at the event. So it wasn't one of those situations where she just heard that Sheree was going to have a book signing in Birmingham, and so she came down there to get her to sign a book. They just don't happen to be at the same place at the same time, and she was paid to be there to speak. I said, wow, Edited is a bitch. That's a lot more context, and even if she was a fan, so what? A lot of people are fans of people with big reality shows. So the fuck what? It's not a bad thing. And she was like, you know, I'm asking about Mel and stuff and about the kid. About have y'all met up, and Martell said, so you really thought that was cool to that? It was like, I mean, I would think that y'all would want to meet up, and that, you know, if this your boo, if this your girlfriend, this is person in your life, you eventually would have to meet up with them. Marceau was taken aback. Like, you really, good for you for trying to be, you know, bring Mel and Sheree together. You really thought that you was doing something. I said, Marceau. I'm sorry, y'all. That last scene, it took me fucking down, and mostly because of Marceau, and I never thought I'd say this shit. Marceau would have been me. I'm so sorry. So y'all can sit here and be like, Marceau shouldn't have said nothing. Marceau, because even Tiffany said, why is Marceau coming at me? Why is he asking me questions? Why are these two grown men coming at me and talking to me and questioning me? Bitch, first of all, because if I'm sitting there and I ain't know shit about it and I want some clarity, bitch, I'm going to ask the questions just like you ask the questions, right? So what's the difference, okay? I'm asking questions, all right? So, why would you do this? Why are you this damn nosy? Who would have told you to do this? Do you really think this? That would have been me. I wouldn't have been able to be quiet in a situation like this, especially, bitch, I was put in it. That's why I'm sitting here asking questions. Meanwhile, you up here asking about blended families and stuff. I love blended families and everything. And Martell hit that shit on the head. So you've been into a relationship where you cheated and you went through this and you got the blended family and now y'all together. So now you feel like you're an expert and you can ask people and judge people and stuff. Because that's how Tiffany comes off. She's very judgmental. She's very judgmental, and she feels as though be her and Lou because they've been this and been there. So now they feel as though they're experts on stuff. That's how y'all come off. And you can't say you don't, because that's the same situation, the same thing that has been saying about y'all since y'all first got on here 3 seasons ago. Okay, or I should say 2 seasons ago, because it's your 3rd season. Baby, it's just too much, all right? And it got to a point where Martell was over it. Martell said, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna talk to your husband about it too. Oh, so you finna talk to my husband? No, I'm finna just talk to him and tell him exactly what happened in this conversation. And I said, you know, Martell, you doing more than I thought some people would do, because he already knew that he was gonna have a problem with him talking to his wife. So he said, let me just tell him everything that was said in this conversation. All right. Because most men and most women on these shows, they feel as though, you know, men ain't supposed to come at the women or whatever. But in this situation, you literally was talking to his person, and then you asking all these questions. You don't even know the status of their relationship, and you asking stuff as if talk about something. And her whole thing is, well, if she's gonna be in a group, who said Sheree was going to be in a group? They're not even in a relationship. They're just fucking around for PR things, okay? Like, come on. Like, just stop it. You irky, all right? And she just don't know how to say that. You know, I can see it that I was wrong. I overstepped. She don't know how to say those shit like that. So now you finna go home and tell your husband what happened, which finna fuck up the relationship between Martell, Marceau, and him, okay? And the guys, they already was on the fence about you anyway, so now they finna be even more on the fence with him. It's just so damn dumb. But when Marceau said, I feel like you're Karen, you're being a Karen. She said, it's because I'm half white. He said, no, bitch. It's just that you acting like one. You could be white, you could be black, you could be whatever, but you acting like a fucking Karen. And you are. You are. Martell said, let me get the fuck up out of here. Baby, I was not expecting to laugh so hard at that shit. Maybe because, I don't know, I just don't like that lady. I just found it funny. I don't care if you ain't found it funny. The shit was hilarious to me because the way that she be sitting there acting like she ain't done shit and she don't understand why people have an issue with her talking. Girl, that is not your place. And like, Marceau said, you know, you better be glad that you pregnant. Because for a person like Sheree to hold back and not pop her ass, and the fact that he really said that, I said, thank you. Because now I don't feel bad about thinking the same way that I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing. Had you not been pregnant, you probably would have got popped in your mouth, Tiffany. Someone needs to do that, okay? Meanwhile, on the next episode, you having your baby shower. You out here starting mess, and you up here, you need to be concerned about yourself, okay? Anyway, moving on. That was Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all tell me how y'all feel again. I apologize for it being late, baby. Ashley got a life now. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.